making some paper clips today using some of my favorite washi from Mini Rose Co. So I have book stack, I have shea butter, and I have focus right here. So got all of this from Mini Rose Co. And I am going to be making some paper clips. I'm going to cue in some music real quick. But let me just show you some of the items that I plan to use first, aside from the washi stickers. I have some metallic paper to use as a backdrop, and then I'm going to use some plain white paper to kind of make the sticker or the paper clip a little thicker. So I'm about to cue in the music now. Okay guys, so you can cut it out very well with the scissors, but I wanted a more detailed look. Let me show you what I did. So I went in with my X-Acto knife and I kind of like cut around the earrings and, you know, try to get closer to the doll as possible because I was having the metallic background on here. Okay, so I already did focus and I did shea butter. So now I'm just going to, as you can see, I cut it out. I am going to glue this down to some metallic paper and I'm going to cut it out. So it's really easy. I just put a little glue since I'm going to be laminating it as well. The lamination is going to help preserve it for a while. So I put just the tiniest glue just to make sure it stays in place. Getting as close to the edge as possible. Like this. So then all I have to do is cut around here. And I can save the rest of my metallic paper. Then I'm just going to cut this out and then we'll jump into lamination. Okay. And so now I have all of this paper left. Okay, so I am going to measure out. So I got my laminating paper. I'm going to measure about how much paper I'm going to need. Because I want to try to save as much as possible, because then I can use this piece for another little craft. So let me see if you can see. So just measure out how far over I want it to go. So I'm going to laminate it, and I'm going to show you a few tricks with my lamination, which gives me a better lamination. So let me go ahead and cut this pouch. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my dolls and my book stack in here. So I got my shea butter. Okay, get as close to the bottom as possible and even to the edge. And I got my focus. Okay, and then let's put our book stack in there. Hopefully you all can see this. Okay, I'm gonna move my focus over a little bit just so I can have some cutting room. Like that. Now, when I laminate, usually people wait a few minutes even after the light turns on the laminator to laminate, but I go ahead and I laminate, and I know it's not going to give me the tightest lamination, but it at least secures the dolls into place, and then I cut them out and I try to get as close as I can with leaving just a little bit of the lamination paper around it, and then I laminate it a few more times. So I'm going to go ahead and run it through the laminator and I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran it through the laminator, and hopefully you can see it is not a good lamination job at all. Okay, because as soon as the light turned, I put it through there. So I'm gonna cut it out, and I'm gonna try to get as close as possible. And what happens when I laminate it, just secures it for me. It helps me to get closer to my doll. And then I'm gonna run it through the laminator a few more times. And when I run it through the laminator, so let me cut it out real quick to show you what I'm talking about, how close I like to get. So I get right on close in there, as you can see, like leaving barely any plastic. But when I run it through a few times, it is going to seal and give me the perfect lamination. And then I'm not going to have too much excess plastic, and you'll see. And you see how now it's like in here secured. So I like to just run it through, go ahead and secure my doll down, and then come back around and get a very close, tight cut. Hopefully you all can see it. I'm not out of screen, out of focus. Okay. All right. Like that. Okay. Okay, so it is back open because I got so close to where the thing wasn't laminated. But see how it's already secured? Now when I run it through, you know, you usually run it through this way. So I'm gonna run it through this way. Then I'm going to flip it. I'm gonna run it through this way. I run it this way and run it this way. And it's guaranteed, I almost guarantee you, because I used to have an issue with my lamination, guys. I wish I had kept some of my old clips to show you guys how my lamination used to look, but it was all sorts of bogus. But since I started doing it this way, I have been getting the perfect lamination. So let me show you what it looks like once I'm done. Okay guys, she is perfectly laminated. Now I can go around and clean up some of the edges even more, but it is sealed all the way around. I don't have too much excess plastic. I do need to clean up some of these rough edges, which I usually wait until I'm done. And then once I clean out my rough edges, I kind of stick it in there one more time just to, I don't know, it seems like the plastic is more flexible and it kind of like just molds everything. But as you can see, I got a better lamination this time. And what I think, and guys, you know, I may be wrong, but I think when you put it in there all the different ways, any hole or any gap or anything that's in there is getting pushed out, you know? I don't know, but it just seems to work for me, and that is what I've been doing. So let me cut out the other pieces. I'm gonna trim them up. I'm gonna run them through the laminator, and then we'll start making our paper clips. Okay guys, so I got my pieces laminated and I tried to get as close as possible, and I'm pretty sure some people in here that are even better with laminating than me. They can get even tighter, but this is a lot better than where I came from. And figured out a little technique where I can get as close as possible and still get that lamination on there. So oops, let's focus. So let's make our paper clips. Now you can make, you know, several different types of paper clips. You can make the type of paper clips that go straight down. Let me show you an example. Okay guys, I found one of my, look at all of that excess on this original clip. But anyways, you can make paper clips that go straight down like this, like you would just, you know, put this on a piece of paper. You can put this as a decoration in your planner cover. You can put it on, you know, as like a page mark or whatever, so it goes straight down. Or you can do a paper clip that goes sideways like this one. So paper clip is going sideways, and so how this one will work is that it will go on your paper like this. Like this. Okay. So you got that type of paper clip, and so I think I am going to make Shea Butter go sideways so she can kind of just slide into my wherever I want her, and then these two I'm going to make go down. And so these are my paper clips of choice today. I'm just using some regular jumbo paper clips. You could definitely use even bigger paper clips or some teeny tiny paper clips. So I'm just going to use these. I got these really inexpensive at Michael's. I think they were on sale for less than $1. Okay, so let me just show you an example of how the up down one would go. So usually I like to test it on paper to see how far down, depending on where you will want it to go. So like, for example, if you will want this to go into your planner cover, I would actually test it out in my planner cover. Okay, so the purpose of the measurement is to see how you want your paper clip to look. So like, for example, when I first started, I was just gluing the items to the paper clip. But let's say I want it to be an invisible paper clip, like I just want this to show. So then I push it down where I think I would want it to go, and then I kind of eyeball where I want to super glue my doll. So like for example, I would want to super glue her to the top right here so that she covers up the whole paper clip. Okay, so let's do that. So I got my hot glue gun and I got my doll. Okay, so let's put this right here like so she's invisible. And then I'm just going to put a little glue at the top. I'm going to push it down a little bit, make sure it stays. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to let it dry. So I'm going to do that with the other clips and then, or other pictures, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so the paper clips are just about ready. It usually, from what I read on the internet, takes about 24 hours for hot glue, from the hot glue gun to completely cure, but it is dry to the touch, and I could technically use it if I want to, but I'm not going to use it for another 24 hours. But this is my focus clip, and this is how it will look on paper. You can see like this, and the clip is invisible. This is stunning, guys. I love it because I love me some focus. And then I made this one a little higher, you know, like if I wanted to have this sticking out of paper like this, like out of the top of a book or something, so that I can see it easily. So it's like a tab kind of, which I am going to be using it as. Okay, and then we have Shea Butter right here, who can go on this side like this. Okay guys, so these are the paper clips that I made. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Okay, if you have any other techniques or ideas, recommendations, just leave it on right below. Have a good day. Talk to you all soon.